Lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good state football champion, well, not football championship, but state football Thursday morning.
I know. It's a big day, isn't it?
A huge day.
All across Fergus Falls. And shoot, I was going to try to look up on the Otter football site to see if they have some kind of send-off
Yes,
today.
they do.
Yeah, okay.
At 2:30, I want to say. I texted Craig yesterday. And
okay, good.
my phone was on silent, so when he answered me, 2:15 today, I'm guessing Gold Gym.
In the Gold Gym, okay. Yep. And 12:45 over at Hillcrest. So you could actually go to both send-offs.
You can.
Yeah. So I don't know if you got camera on now?
Why is that not coming up?
Oh, that's all right.
Derek, it's not coming up. Well,
okay. Well, anyway,
I think
when it is, I'll show you my section championship shirt that I'm rocking today as we get set for some fun in the first, the quarterfinal game for the playoffs, state playoffs. And so we're pretty darn excited for that. We have, on a personal level, of course, I've got 2 grandsons who play on the team. So that's especially exciting. And that they're playing on the same team and playing together. It's really been a fun year for them.
And I got your camera on.
Okay,
so
here we go. I hope you can see it.
Stand up a little bit more.
Okay. How's that?
There we go. They can see it now.
Okay. Anyway, and thanks to JK Sports for turning these really quick. Because last Thursday, they said, we won that game. We got back to the gym and welcomed the team back. And then they told us, hey, if you want to order a shirt, order it by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and they'll have them turned by Wednesday. So in less than 1 week, we all got these great shirts.
And they look nice.
Yeah, they look really nice. And I got a short sleeve one for John, and it's a great shirt. He just loves it. So thanks to JK for turning these shirts really fast and just doing a great job on them. They look great.
They do.
And it's got all the guys' names and numbers on the back. Yeah. So it'll be a fun thing for those guys to have too. So anyway, it's a pretty exciting day to be a fan of either team and to certainly be a grandma of a couple of the players.
It's fan to be a fan of both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much fun. And I was an Otter, and so I still watch what's going on with the Otters, and they've had a great season. They've just got a really fun coaching staff. Gotten to connect with them a little bit and help them out with some dinners that they've put on this year. And we've done the same for the Comet team. We helped them go over to Mabel's and have a dinner on Tuesday night. So
were they able to get there?
They were able to get there, yes. I saw pictures from inside, so somehow you're able to get into Mabel's, even though there's a lot of construction going on over there. So, but there is a way in, evidently. So
that's good.
Make your way over. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but either I've had way too much caffeine or it's just a really exciting day.
I think you're excited.
You think?
I think so.
Well, cheers.
But we'll have both games. We'll have the Otter game over on Channel 977, the Hillcrest game over on KJ Country 96.5. And they both start at 5:45, 6 o'clock kickoff.
Right. All right. We have to travel a little further than the Otter fans do, so we have to go all the way to Buffalo, but we're up for that. So that's why it's nice that you could go to both of those send-offs if you'd like. That even I think if you're driving to Buffalo, you could maybe head over and catch a little bit of that before you had to take off. So anyway, an exciting day in Fergus. And there's been, if you're a Facebooker, if you're a social media person, there have been some really fun posts about these 2 Fergus Falls teams both going to state the same time. And it's just been, I don't know, it's just been really fun.
Have
really
they both ever gone to state at the same time?
That's a great question. I don't know that. I don't know the answer. I bet our sports guru, Craig Olson, I bet he knows that. But it's pretty rare, that's for sure. It's been a long time, I know, since Hillcrest. I think it was 2016 the last time they were moving on to the state tournament. So I don't know. That's a great question. And that will be a trivia question going forward, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there's so much going on. Of course, things just haven't gotten any more settled within our United States government, which is getting pretty tiring. I kind of thought, like you did, that once
the election's passed,
once the election was passed, somebody was going to give. But I think the Democrats think that the Republicans got so whipped
that they're just going to hold off.
I think they think that they're going to be the ones to give in, and I think there are some rumblings of some Republicans who want to say, "Hey, we need to do something here." Starting tomorrow morning, they are going to reduce airspace. They're going to reduce flights by 10% at 40 big airports across our country. And if that happens, that's going to be a major development, because we all know that if there's a storm on the East Coast and all of the flights get delayed or canceled, all that does is delay everything else and every other flight. So we better hope this turns around, not only for that, but for so many people who are not getting paid, so many people who are not getting the benefits that they really need to survive. And this whole insurance thing, just figure it out, and do something. I'm so sick to death of these two sides fighting over.
Yeah.
And I don't care who the most ridiculous is. It doesn't matter. Just get it done. Do your job. I'm sick to death of the whole thing. I thought this morning, you know what? I'm not even going to watch the news. I'll read a little about it and for you here. And other than that, I'm staying away.
Well, one interesting development that you may have missed this morning, Nancy Pelosi's decided not to run.
Well, she's about 110.
Yeah.
I mean, she should probably just, go play golf or something. But, nobody's going to miss her.
No.
Including her own party, I don't think.
No.
But I think she is. Is she 90?
She's up there.
She's darn close if she's not. Anyway, the Supreme Court, of course, is getting dragged into a lot of different things. They have voiced strong doubts about the Trump administration's use of emergency powers to impose tariffs. So they're saying that there probably won't be any decisions made here for several months, but they're thinking, because the Democrats have said, wait a second, does Donald Trump, as president of the United States, is he legally allowed to just throw on these tariffs like he's been doing? They're arguing that Congress needs to be involved. So, of course, the Supreme Court is taking a look at that. And even some conservative members passed Solicitor General D. John Sauer, who argued that the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, well, that's a mouthful, allowed such action. Lower courts earlier ruled that Trump exceeded his authority. The court's decision is expected, but not until June.
Wow.
That's a long time. So anyway, that's
right
going
before
on.
midterms.
More fighting.
Yep.
At least 11 people were killed and more than a dozen injured. I don't know if you saw this. This was awful. I saw some video of it. More than a dozen injured and 11 lost their lives when a UPS cargo plane crashed shortly after takeoff near the Louisville International Airport on Tuesday. NTSB recovered the plane's black boxes and have begun their investigation.
They say an engine fell off as it was taking off.
As they were taking off, right. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear warned the death toll could rise as 16 families reported missing loved ones. So just a sad thing there.
Just
and
tragic,
they barely got off the ground. And yeah, you're right. The one engine was found laying in between the two runways.
And our sports guru, Craig Olson, says he believes that both teams have not made it to the state at the same time before. So he doesn't believe that that's happened before.
So this is a first.
Yeah.
History being made today. All right. Well, and we get to be part of it. How's that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, a federal judge in Virginia sharply criticized the Justice Department's prosecution of former FBI Director James Comey, calling it indict first, investigate second approach. Highly unusual. Comey was indicted last month after public pressure from President Trump. He faces charges of making false statements and obstruction of justice linked to Senate testimony about media leaks. So it's kind of it seems to be a case of liar, liar, pants on fire, and nobody seems like knows how to tell the truth for sure. California Republicans announced a federal lawsuit Wednesday. They're trying to challenge Prop 50, as it's known, which voters approved on Tuesday by a pretty big margin. Democrats' unofficial results show that more than 64% supported the measure to redraw congressional districts, potentially making 5 seats more favorable to Democrats, who launched the plan in response to a similar move in Texas by the Republicans. The case could advance, of course, to the Supreme Court. How would you like the job of Supreme Court Justice?
Not right now.
I don't think ever again, because I think
everything
what you see
ends up
is
there.
What you get. I don't know how you feel out there, but this country is in real upheaval.
Yeah.
And I don't know what turns that all around. I don't know how to make that better. It's just like I think this applies. You cannot argue reasonably with unreasonable people.
No.
And when your end goal is just to make your party be the winner, regardless of the fight,
regardless if it's right or not,
that's never going to work.
No.
Never. And I'm talking about both sides here. I'm not taking sides because I think they're both behaving ridiculously. I was all for President Trump digging his heels in and doing the right thing. And I think, honestly, in his heart of heart, I think that's what he's trying to do now. He's trying to make America better, more profitable by those tariffs that we've been taken advantage of for years and years and years. I think he's trying to do the right things, but of course we know what a bull in the china shop he is, and his rhetoric certainly doesn't help either.
We need to take his phone away from him.
I know, just tap the brakes on the mouth. And but I think common sense, and I hate to be the one to throw up my hands and say, I give up, but I kind of feel like that these days. So anyway, I think we have to, as a nation, I don't know what else to do except fall to your knees in prayer on this deal, because it's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope, it sounded to me like this morning, the little bit of news that I heard was that there might be just a little bit of hope that there could be some coming together and on opening the government. So cross your fingers, say your prayers. All right, and Americans' household debt reached a record $18.59 trillion from July through September. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, that marks an increase of $197 billion from the previous quarter and $4.5 trillion higher than the end of 2019. The report shows student loan debt rose to an all-time high of $1.65 trillion, with nearly 10% at least 90 days delinquent. There's another problem.
Student loan debt.
The student loans, the cost of education.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And in some states, more ridiculous than others. One of those, of course, being Minnesota, as to who gets the help and who does not. It's a mess. And I feel sorry for parents of kids who are going to college. I feel sorry for college-age kids. Not all parents can pay for college or even help pay for college. A lot of kids are on their own when it comes to that, and it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of kids who just, they'll default on their loans or they won't go to school altogether. And what does that do to us?
Well, the main thing you got to do is if you're going to go to school, make sure you're going to school for something you want to do. Don't just go to school to go to school.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, yeah, I've had one that decided he wanted to go to school regularly and then went into trade and graduated from a trade school.
I feel
Makes
like
a lot
that's
of
the
money.
smartest thing that you can do right now.
Yeah.
And you would be so marketable no matter where
Yep.
you wanted to live. And we're not just talking about 2 or 3 trades. It's trades across
all
the
across
board.
the board.
Everyone is just clamoring to hire
Yep.
you. So that is one thing. You know, when I was in college, that was kind of perceived like, oh, you're going to a trade school. Now that is not the case.
No.
I think more kids are saying, that's what I want to do. I don't want to waste 4 years in college. I want to go for 2 years, and I want to go right into a paying job.
It's the old joke. A lawyer calls for a plumber. The plumber comes in, fixes his sink, gives him the bill, and he goes, that much for that little work? I didn't even make, I'm a lawyer and I don't even make this much. The plumber looked at the lawyer and said, yeah, I didn't make that much when I was a lawyer either.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times that hands-on thing is the best thing for certain students.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the 4-year college experience is not for everybody.
No.
I know a lot of kids who would rather get their hands dirty and, you know, be working with stuff and hands-on, whether it's nursing or, you know, and I know.
And it's all high paying.
Absolutely it is. And a lot of those degrees you can get in 2 years. So there is, there's nothing wrong with the trades these days, that's for sure. And everybody needs you.
Everybody.
Oh, boy. All right. When we come back, Jimmy Kimmel, remember him? Well, guess what he's doing? He's kind of slapping Trump in the face a little bit. We'll tell you about that when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
The 4 letters that define winning. N-D-S-U.
Fires end zone, touchdown!
The 18th time national champs play here.
The dynasty has come back!
Join us this Saturday as the Bison take on North Dakota for in-state bragging rights. Our coverage begins at noon on your home for Bison football. The Pioneer Seeds Bison Sports Network from Learfield.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox. Right away, hear further fallout and analysis from Tuesday's election results, thoughts about how it will affect the country and next year's midterms. Then all eyes on the Senate as they may give in to Trump, cancel the filibuster, and reopen the government. If there's a press conference during showtime, hear history in the making. The schedule is fluid, so we'll see you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at kbrfradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
Dairy pumps that were designed more than 50 years ago do not meet today's large dairy farm requirements. Bopeller pumps by McFinn Technologies were born and patented this century with a unique and innovative design that ensures gentle, low-shear pumping along with efficient, high capacity and long seal life. Bopeller pumps for all your applications will ensure your dairy is operating with 21st century technology. Bopeller is American innovation. Contact your dealer today.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Dickerman with a market update on the Red River Farm Network. Grain markets trading lower today, led by double-digit losses in the soybeans. Ag Resource Company President Dan Bosse says the market is concerned that the Trump tariffs will be taken away by the Supreme Court.
Well, concern about Trump tariffs. In other words, will they be valid, and all of these deals that have been cut, are they going to be forthcoming? That is the key trade function today, and we're all trying to better understand what yesterday's oral arguments in front of the Supreme Court really meant. A betting platform that's a predictive market called Poly Market is indicating only a 25% chance that Trump tariffs will be maintained. So that's got traders' attention and got the markets under pressure here this morning.
Livestock markets lower across the board. Cattle markets sharply lower.
Yeah, another decline. We were limit down yesterday. Limits were expanded here today. The beef market is looking like we're probably moving into a lower market for the next 30 days. Cash cattle this week held in relatively well, trading only a couple bucks lower. But overall, the trend of the market is down with the fears that the Trump 40% tariffs against Brazil may not hold. And then, of course, there's a lot of talk about reopening of the border between Mexico and Canada sometime in the next 45 days. All of that's conspired to pressure cattle. Hogs are trying to hang in here, but runs are getting bigger on the hogs, and we're seeing the primal market for the hog market, pork market, come down. So all of that is somewhat bearish, if you will, on the CME meat futures here this morning.
Ag Resource Company President Dan Bosse. Dow Jones Industrial Average now is down 200 points, 47,110. Crude is down 45 cents now at $59.15 a barrel. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Protect your livelihood with a livestock risk protection policy through Ag Country Farm Credit Services. With an LRP policy, you're covered if the market price unexpectedly drops for fed cattle, feeder cattle, or swine. Coverage options range from 70 to 100%. Get an LRP policy from a team that knows agriculture. Contact your local Ag Country office to learn more. Ag Country, focused on ag, focused on you. Ag Country is an equal opportunity lender and provider.
Selling farmland can be a once-in-a-lifetime decision. This is Chris Griffin with Red River Land Company in Grand Forks. With decades of experience in farm real estate, our company and its founder, John Botsford, understand the agricultural landscape and are here to help guide you through the process from start to finish. We encourage you to visit redriverlandco.com to check out our listings and recent sales. If you have land to sell or manage or just want to discuss the land market, let's talk. Red River Land Company, your trusted name in farm real estate.
Farmers and ranchers depend on farm radio. In fact, the average farm has 11 radios. Over half of our farm listeners have 20 or more radios on the farm. The Red River Farm Network is your go-to source for farm news, markets, and weather. Dedicated, determined, dependable. Don Wick, Jamie Dickerman, Tyler Donaldson, Drew Lerner on the Red River Farm Network. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business. Early mornings, late nights, rain, snow, sunshine. It's the rhythm of the day for the American farmer and rancher. We get it. The Red River Farm Network is here to help you make informed decisions for your farm. We're proud to deliver farm news, markets, and weather to the innovators and decision makers. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
Minneapolis wheat December, we are down 3.5 now at 552 3/4. December Chicago down 15.5, 539 1/4. December Kansas City down 14 3/4, 525 1/4. D's corn down a nickel at 430 1/4. January soybeans down 21, 1113 1/4. In the livestock markets, we've got December live cattle down 12 at 220.37. The November feeder cattle down 205 now at 323.67. December lean hogs down 75 cents at 79.82. Reporting agriculture's business, this is the Red River Farm Network.
Hi, Hi, I'm Rebecca Lynn Peterson with West Central Initiative. People often tell me, I want my giving to really matter. That's what West Central Initiative does best. We match your support to the biggest needs in our region, like childcare, education, and community projects, while managing your gift so it continues to grow and help long into the future. With West Central Initiative, you don't just give, you build a legacy. Learn how to do this at wcif.org.
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
only
the chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, and how cool that was. And, of course, I had to overdo it like I do everything. And I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here, KBRF, 1250 a.m., every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Come share the holiday spirit with us during the Christmas preview and open house at the Victor Lundin Company. Now through Saturday, save 15% off almost everything in the store. Victor Lundin Company, a holiday tradition in historic downtown Fergus Falls.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Newstalk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place. With the Fergus Now app on your phone, I'm just kind of going back and forth to see what the temperature difference is going to be between Buffalo, Minnesota, and Alexandria for tonight's games. If you're headed down to Buffalo for the Hillcrest game, a little bit warmer, 54 for our high today, 40 for the low tonight. And then in Alec, it's pretty much the same as Fergus, 51 for our high with 34 for with the low. So it's about 6 degrees warmer down in Buffalo than it is in Alec.
That's what I get for driving further south, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's my
little further drive, a little
6
bit.
6 degrees. The 6 degree difference.
And
well, I tell you what, as we are watching the Hillcrest game, I will be listening to the Otter game.
Oh,
so, yeah. So Otters are on 977 and
Hillcrest is on KJ.
KJ Country 96.5. On the Fergus Now app.
On the Fergus Now app and on the radio.
Yep. And if you are, I just love the Fergus Now app, especially when you're following. If you are not able to go to either one of the games, you can follow them both so easily on the Fergus Now app because it's so easy to switch between stations. That's what I really like about that app. So if you don't have that, go to your app store, Fergus Now, and load that thing up. It's free, and you will love having it. It's handy.
It's got the news, it's got weather, it's got cancellations. It has this show. You can click on the icon and bring up Mary and I on video.
If you want.
If you want.
Well, you want to today because I got my Hillcrest gear on. Oh, boy.
I just have my standard Leighton Broadcasting vest.
Yeah, okay. Well, that works too, Yeah. So I'm sure there's a lot of maroon and gold around town today, too. So it's an exciting day for Fergus Falls football. That is for sure. Okay, so what I was going to tell you about Jimmy Kimmel. So, he's kind of lashing out because his show got canceled, and then they brought it back. And
Well, it wasn't canceled. It was suspended.
Okay, suspended. Well, anyway, they brought it back, and the first night they brought it back, he had these huge numbers, so then his head was really big again, and then it dropped off to...
where it was.
Kind of. Anyway, in response to the suspension of SNAP benefits amid the ongoing government shutdown, well, Jimmy Kimmel is joining the fight here, and he's launched a food drive to aid the Los Angeles Food Bank and St. Joseph Center. The LA Food Bank works to mobilize resources to fight hunger in the community, while St. Joseph Center helps working poor families and people experiencing homelessness to achieve stability and self-sufficiency.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him collecting food for 2 worthwhile causes.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just, why are you doing it kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I anytime anybody wants to help, I'm all for it.
Me too.
But
me
he's
too.
spiky as all get out, though.
He sure is, yeah. Well, anyway, the show posted on Instagram, cutting SNAP benefits creates uncertainty for American children, seniors, and families. And that's accurate.
true.
It does. And he invited donations at its Hollywood backlot in L.A. from 9 to 5. The drive, called the Jimmy Kimmel Live Big Beautiful Food Bank. Live, I suppose. Live Big Beautiful Food Bank. So there's his dig. Seek such items as canned meats, nut butters, cereals, protein bars, and hygiene products. The effort follows a previous drive supporting the victims of LA fires. So you're right. Anytime, I don't care who it is, anytime you're willing to help, bring it on, right?
Yep.
And that's a good reminder for our own local food shelf, Salvation Army, those places. We're getting into the holiday season. Yep. That's a time when a lot of people need a little bit more help. But, you know, if people are living without a paycheck, or they're living without these SNAP benefits or reduced SNAP benefits, they're going to need some help too.
And there is something actually going on in Fergus Falls. Jenny Christensen is organizing it. It's called Be a Villager Community Feed-a-thon, and that is going to be going up on the 11th and 12th next week. So, again, you can go to kbrfradio.com. Derek Sidian has done a story on it. I've done a couple interviews on it. So Jenny is kind of organizing this. You go to kbrfradio.com, click on it, and find out how you can help or how you can, receive help. And it's
okay.
You don't need to put your name down. It could be totally anonymous. It's just there to help people. Again, that's happening next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
In Fergus Falls.
That sounds great. Okay, let's we'll be a little lighter here. How's that? A new survey shows that Americans typically claim 2 personal relaxation spots in their homes. Now, if there's a place where you like to just veg in your house, do you have 2 or do you have 1?
I got 2.
You do?
I got our bedroom where I play video games and such. I just like to just lounge up there, and then I've got 1 spot on the couch that is mine.
Okay. I've got 1 spot, and I have to tell you that in our living room on the main level, I guess 1 chair is kind of comfortable. And then I've got kind of a chase, but it's not quite long enough for somebody who's 5'10" like me, so I kind of hang off the end. But I find ways to make it comfortable. So that's kind of my hangout spot, because I just love all the natural light that is my first floor, because we've got big windows on both the west and the east. So I've got morning sun and afternoon sun, and I just love that. If it's evening, we've got a really, really soft, comfortable couch, or what do you call it when it's, like 3 sides?
I don't know. I got
what I mean?
I got 2-sided corner couch. I don't know what the 3-sided one would be.
Well, it's got loungers on both sides. I don't know what you call that. Anyway, lots of couch to lay on. Lots of really comfy couch. So those I guess I do have 2 spots too.
Yeah.
A sectional. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Couch, yes.
A sectional, because it actually is in sections.
Yeah, that's kind of what we got.
Okay. Anyway, we've got a super comfy one that's got loungers on both ends. So.
Yeah, so we got the lounger on one side. That's mine, right? I sit there and I click the thing, feet comes up, you're good to go.
Nice. Isn't it funny? It's kind of like going to church. You sit sort of in the same area every Sunday. You pick your spot at home too.
Yep.
So now, does Jen have her spot then? If you pick that
hers
one?
is right next to me. There's a little armrest and then a little place where you can put your drinks. Like if you get water or pop or something, you put it there, and then she's on the other side of that.
Okay. All right. It's funny how everybody, assume your positions. Even when we get in the hot tub, we have our spots in the hot tub. It's funny. I'm like, and if I sit somewhere else, I'm like, oh, I feel funny over here,
Just doesn't feel right.
And there's a couple of seats that are deeper than the others.
Oh, okay.
And I got in the other night, and I sat down on one that I don't normally sit in, and I thought, whoa, it's deep over here. So anyway, it's funny. We are such creatures of habit, aren't we? Oh, gosh. Okay, let's see what else I have for you. Have you heard, this came out just recently, where Instagram started, or Meta, I guess, so Instagram and Facebook, started labeling some of their things PG-13.
Oh.
So now the Motion Picture Association has demanded and issued a cease and desist letter to Meta, demanding that it stop using the PG-13 rating in their Instagram teen safety policy.
Really?
Yeah, they say that Meta's claim that teen accounts are guided by the rating is literally false and highly misleading. So parents, take note. So it seems that PG-13 on your child's Instagram feed means really nothing. According to the letter, Meta never sought approval before referencing the rating, which is a registered certification mark. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have asked, for heaven's sakes, right?
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that it was copyrighted. I just thought it was just a rating.
Probably somebody may have checked into that.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
They got enough lawyers.
Yeah. The MPA argued Instagram's automated systems differ from its curated movie rating process and could damage public trust in the system as a whole. Meta said it aimed to help parents by aligning policies with a familiar standard and hopes to work now with the Motion Picture Association.
All they have to do is just say 13 plus.
Yeah, I think that's true.
That's what like Europeans use. They just have an age and then
I
plus.
suppose we'd be in trouble in Europe. I don't know. You just have to watch what your kids are watching.
Pay attention.
That's the whole deal. Yeah. Meghan Markle, if you care, she's kind of a who cares. But I think this is kind of funny. So is she still known as the Duchess of Sussex? I thought they got their titles taken away.
No, that was Prince Andrew.
Yeah, he got everything taken away, including his house. He's still living in pretty nice digs, though, I gotta say. Anyway, she is now 44 years old, and she is going to be in another acting role. And another, who cares? Anyway, just thought I would tell you in case you like Meghan Markle, which I don't know too many people who do. She's going to be in a new comedy called Close Personal Friends, and she is starring alongside a whole bunch of people I've never heard of. An insider told People, Meghan was on set today. She has a very small part. She seemed very relaxed and happy. She introduced herself to everyone and was very sweet and down to earth. That seems hard to believe, but whatever. Anyway, she had been on a show called Suits, which was really a pretty good show.
I never watched it.
It was pretty good. And the premise of the whole thing is this guy shows up and he is pretending to be an attorney, and they hire him at this firm. And then they find out that he's actually never even been to law school. So then it's this kind of continual cover-up kind of thing. Anyway, it was a pretty good series, I have to say. Anyway, you might remember that she backed out of that as soon as she became engaged to Prince Harry. The film, this new one, follows a couple who befriend famous individuals during a Santa Barbara trip near where Markle lives in Montecito with Harry and their kids. So anyway, all right, all of that. Sorry, there's 2 minutes you'll never get back. How about this one? We were talking about places you like to hang out. It says this, that half of drivers use their car as a personal escape zone.
I don't do that.
No, me neither. I don't love being in my car that much. The new survey reveals that about half of drivers have actually, and they're using the word hidden in their vehicles to find peace away from family and colleagues.
I could see if you're like going to go out for a smoke break or something. I mean, I don't smoke, so some people smoke in their car. I've seen that.
Ooh, yuck.
Yeah.
The study of 2,000 motorists found that 77% enjoy what they call car time, staying in their vehicles 5 minutes or longer. Now, I have to say, once in a while, when I pull up to work, if I've got an extra 5 minutes, which hardly ever happens to me, I might take care of a couple of things on my phone and just sit in my car by myself with no outside distractions, get a little more done with nobody interrupting you. So I can say, I guess that's not an escape zone, really.
The last time I used my car as an escape zone, I was 16 or 17, and we're staying at the cabin, and my dad, real big snorer, and I could not sleep.
Oh, I've slept in a car before
And so
because of that, too.
I walked out and I just slept in my car, which, quite honestly, when it comes down to it, from the cabin to the house is 20 minutes. I should have just drove home to my bed.
Right, exactly.
But I just went out to my car and slept in my car.
I was about an hour and a half away from home when this happened. It was one Christmas, and we used to go to my in-laws at Christmas, and they live an hour and a half away, and there are like 30 of us. Now there's probably 35 or 6 of us, so we just got to be too big. But actually, we were always too big to everybody stay in one house. They had a very nice finished heated garage. And so we had like 3 or 4 blow up beds out in the garage. And anyway, there were a lot of people and a lot of snorers. And I ended up sleeping in John's truck that night. But I didn't really have the option of driving home and then driving back in the morning. But you're right, 20 minutes away, I'd have gone home.
Yeah, I thought about that in the morning. I'm like, why didn't I just drive home?
I know, because sleeping in the car, not so comfortable.
No.
Especially when you're 6, 7, or whatever you are.
Yeah, and it was what did I have at that time? I had 85 Pontiac Grand Am.
Oh, gosh.
So
not a big enough car for you.
Not a very big car to start off with.
No, for sure. Well, anyway, drivers average 13 minutes of car time, what they call it. I hate those air quotes. Sorry about that. Parents spending 14 minutes versus 9 for non-parents. So sometimes parents have to go and just have a moment of quiet.
Yep.
And their car might be that place. So maybe you get home with the groceries from the grocery store and you need to just sit for a minute in the garage and just have a little solace. I don't know. I guess that works for a lot of people.
Before the storm.
Okay, how about this one? There is a Maine healthcare system, and it's called Maine Health, issued apologies after a computer glitch sent condolence letters to 531 living individuals on October 20th. How'd you like to get that piece of mail?
Sorry you died.
Sorry, you're dead. The system error caused Maine's largest healthcare provider to notify people of their own supposed deaths.
Well, at least it's their own, not a loved one's.
Yeah, true. Sending letters intended for the next of kin. Well, that would have been worse.
Yeah.
Maine Health sincerely regrets this error. The malfunction originated from a computer program designed to generate estate vendor correspondence, not from any medical records listing patients as deceased. So once in a while, technology doesn't always do it. The healthcare system has corrected the program to prevent similar incidents. Maine Health operates as a nonprofit organization running a level 1 trauma center and 8 additional hospitals across Maine and New Hampshire. And it employs about 20,000 staff members throughout both states and serves as a primary medical provider for Maine residents, all except the 521 who are now dead.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that would be something.
But yeah, it's one thing if it's, you died? Okay.
And then well, this is a
But if it was
mistake.
like next to kin, like your parent or sibling or wife, yeah, that'd be awful.
That would have been worse for sure. Okay, here's a good one. A viral video showing what appeared to be a lion roaming the woods in eastern County Clare. This is in Ireland. It actually turned out to feature a freshly groomed Newfoundland dog. So they thought it was a lion, and turns out it was a dog with a fresh haircut.
It's a bad haircut.
It is a bad haircut. Anyway, they launched an investigation after a truck driver captured footage of the mysterious animal. And the guy's name is John O'Reilly.
John O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. He lives in Ireland. Anyway, the animal had been seen before by harvesters working on the site, but it was from a distance moving through the trees. We assumed it was a deer before the video was captured. O'Reilly told the police, and they announced Tuesday that they had identified the creature. Turns out it was just a very committed Newfoundland dog with a fresh haircut. And officers revealed the very friendly dog is named Mouse and is delighted with his recent viral video clip. A Newfoundland, that's a big dog.
Yeah.
And you name that dog Mouse?
Why not?
Yeah, why not, I guess. Oh, boy. And if you were going to become a criminal and you were going to join a criminal ring, I think I would steal something else. Well, this happened in Spain. And Spanish authorities arrested 7 suspects accused of being a theft ring, and they have stolen 1,100 restaurant chairs. Now,
wow.
Yeah. So this is across Madrid and nearby areas. Spain's national police announced that the criminal group targeted outdoor seating at 18 establishments in Madrid and a couple of other places too. During August and September, the theft ring included 6 men and 1 woman who operated at night, taking chairs from the restaurant patios. Police estimate the stolen property value at around $69,000. We all know that patio furniture is not inexpensive. The suspects face charges including theft and belonging to a criminal organization. The chair ring. Oh, my goodness. Authorities say the group resold the stolen chairs in Spain, Morocco, and Romania. Spanish restaurants and bars commonly leave metal and plastic outdoor furniture on patios overnight, typically stacking chairs and securing them with chains. And I guess they will from now on.
Yeah.
So can you imagine, like...
Hey, what are you in here for?
Yeah,
Murder. What are you here for?
Right.
Chair
Can
theft.
you imagine getting together with, 6 of your buddies and saying, I got a great idea for a little side hustle. Let's start stealing patio chairs and reselling them. I guess you got to give them creative points, right? All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up. So, go Comets, go Otters. We wish you the very, very best of luck in your quarterfinal action tonight. And regardless of how it goes, we thank you for 2 fabulous seasons. You have provided us with lots of fun and excitement over the years. So thanks everybody. And that is going to wrap up another week. I'm out next week. So it's you and Derek. Whomever decides to sit in this chair, I guess.
It'll be Derek.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks you guys for filling in. But,
Derek's excited.
Oh, good. Does he look excited?
He's pumping his hands
up.
Okay,
good. Well, people are excited, I'm sure, that have a fresh face in the chair for a little bit. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company.